This ferry links the outside world to Cormorant Island, home to about 500 people in Alert Bay and a neighboring First Nations reserve. After an Indigenous community member died of COVID in April, the island shut itself off to non-residents.
I found it astounding that early on there were still people wanting to visit and be tourists. When it was a time when we should have been staying home or should be staying home.
Now, the community is cautiously reopening to those wanting to see its spectacular totem poles and open vistas.
Certainly a bit of nervousness, but nowhere near what it was like when we were in the middle of it.
A very, very special mask.
The lack of visitors has hit the local cultural center, renowned for its collection of masks and carvings.
The Umista Cultural Center is important to tell a story to the rest of the world on what has happened to our people. It costs a lot of money to maintain the operations of the center.
While some communities are cautiously reopening, others are remaining firmly closed. Local residents took to the waters off Haida Gwaii after 2 fishing lodges reopened despite the objections of Indigenous leaders. Haida Gwaii is the largest of a number of remote, mostly Indigenous jurisdictions along the BC coast, telling visitors not to come. Most tourists arriving at these checkpoints are cooperating, but some have become hostile when asked to turn around. New Hulk Hereditary Chief Noel Putlas says the measures safeguard vulnerable residents.
The value of our protecting our elders is high.
Many Indigenous tourism operators are worried about the financial pain, but they don't see an easy way out.
Many of us will suffer, but the general moral, ethical, if you will, response is, well, we don't want to be the one to bring it here.
Back in Alert Bay, a dock that would normally be packed with visiting boats. This Nanaimo couple is sailing up the coast, but they checked on the latest rules before coming ashore.
They have every reason to protect themselves and not be dealing with an onslaught of people coming in who've been where, doing what.
The bottom line, they say, respect the wishes of these communities. Greg Rasmussen, CBC News, Alert Bay, BC.